The final speaker for tonight's program is an extraordinarily dear friend of mine who I had the honor of meeting at a presentation that we were doing in a sexuality in the law class at Nancy Maxwell's class up at Washburn University. And I think we must have just decided that we needed to know each other and work together to try to make a better world. This is a man who has represented people who are oppressed in all walks of life. He has represented evolution, he has represented Planned Parenthood, he has represented transgender people, he has represented anybody who is marginalized and oppressed. This man has been out there trying to make a difference in their lives. And it's my honor to introduce Mr. Pedro Irigonegaray.
Hello, Topeka! Let's hear you! Equality is a family value. Adoption by gay and lesbian and transgender people is good for children. Marriage equality is a constitutional right. Bigotry wrapped in prayer is still bigotry. We are making a change. The repressiveness, the ugliness that has identified Topeka is changing. Changing because of people like you. We need you to join us in bringing full equality to our city, to implement ordinances that protect all of our citizens equally. Matters not one's sexual orientation, matters not one's gender identity, matters not one's color of skin, what faith, or like me, an atheist. It doesn't matter. We are all equal under the law, and we will sue those that deny us that right. Our group must include African Americans, Jews, Christians, Muslims. It doesn't matter. It is the family of human beings that must be protected. We must be careful of those that attempt to divide us. And in the political process, we must be very concerned against those that are so quick to point fault or deficiencies in others. So, I urge you, become involved politically. Come to City Hall. Ensure that ordinances are passed for the protection of all our citizens. Not just city employees, but for everyone that lives in our city. Stand up against hate. If you fail to oppose hate, your silence endorses it. Do not be afraid. Fear is for sissies. And none of us are sissies. So, I urge you, join the battle for freedom. Join the battle for equality. This is not an issue for homosexuals, bisexuals, transgenders, or heterosexual. This is an issue for all of us, because in that beautiful bell curve of human sensuality, we all belong. We all belong as equals. Where you fall in that bell curve does not matter. We should all celebrate each other with respect, with love, and most of all, by never denying equality. So, thank you for being here. Enjoy this beautiful Kansas day, and let's turn our state around from a state of regressive politics, from politicians that deny such a simple thing as earth warming, from politicians that would deny gay and lesbian people the right to marry. Let's boot those fools out of office. Let's go back to a progressive state where we can look at the future and say, we belong here. We have changed this state for the better. No longer afraid of our own shadows, but looking at the future with hope. With hope that our children and grandchildren will look back on these days and say, thank you to all of us for not being indifferent. So, Topeka, thank you, thank you, thank you.
What an honor it is to call that man my friend.